should I make sure that we're in the...
Probably. Oh, there's people. That's okay. Huh? That's okay. We can edit this out, part of it. That's all part of this, right?
Right.
I should throw my flannel on now because mosquitoes are coming out. And I don't want to get eaten alive by skeeters. They like me. What they do? Skeeters like me. Any? Okay, this is not working right now. Hi, Elkie.
So you want to take two?
No, we'll just keep rolling, and if we need to cut some stuff out, we'll cut some stuff out. I'm already liking this one a little bit better than yesterday's. So, okay.
Yeah, let's move this down a little bit. So I can move it just a little bit.
What's up, guys?
How we all doing?
Is that a trick question?
Maybe.
Or is that a serious question?
So, want to start off with saying thanks to those of you who have subscribed and or are considering subscribing.
Thank you.
So today we are at Deep Lake again.
Oh, Glucy's a friend.
You're okay.
I know it's a friend you want to play with, but you can't. That friend does look nice, though. But we're at Deep Lake today, which is, you can see behind us. And we thought it'd be cool to share a little bit of information on Deep Lake here in Washington State.
Well, and go basically, like she said, over a little bit of the history of how, where this lake started or whatnot.
Yeah, we do have notes right here to help us because we suck at memorizing stuff. So we do have notes that tells us a little more information for you guys so that we can share it with you. So we'll probably go back and forth reading this off or doing what we can do to kind of read it off and not read it off the best to our ability. So thanks for our patience as this is our first shot at doing one of these informative videos.
And this is also the lakes that will probably be doing some of our kayaking, if not all of our kayaking videos.
Okay.
So, first off, I'd also like to, start off with, so I think from the parking lot to walking around the whole lake, it is 1.4 miles around the whole, I think that's the walking trail around the lake.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that includes the parking lot, though, does it?
I don't know if that includes the parking lot or not, or if it's just from where, basically, when we get into the park. Yeah, so it is about 111 acres, and it's 7,174 feet of freshwater shoreline.
Can I add something?
Go for it.
Okay. So within the walking trail, the main walking trail, and the shoreline that Goob just stated, there is also little ways to, I don't know what they're called. I don't want to say crevices. Would you call them crevices? Not really. There's little
Inlets.
I was going to say beaches, but that's not the right word either. There's little inlets throughout the trail. So there's a main area where there's picnic tables and stuff like that.
And that's more of the swimming.
Yeah, that's like the main place where people go to swim. But within the lake and around it, there's little inlets for like a more private inlets for people to go to swim or to hang out. So as you go, there's like little trails to go down to each little inlet. So if you don't want to do the main one and you want a little more privacy, there is a bunch of little inlets throughout to do that if you don't want to be around people, or if you just have like a dog and you want the dog to be just with you guys, or was it, whatever it is. There's little ways to have some little more privacy than the wide open swimming area.
But, and like we said, it's, you can go, you can enjoy water activities, which features boating, which doesn't include any gas powered.
There's no boat launch.
Yeah, there's no boat launch, so it's boat. You can do boating, which non-motorized. So I think I want to say that you can do like a trolling motor, but that's about it. Other than paddling, whether you're on a paddleboard, kayaks, whether it's to sit in or sit up on top. You can do freshwater fishing,
which is popular.
Very popular, especially around here, because we obviously, by looking and seeing around, you can see trees and whatnot. And like I said, like we also mentioned, you can do swimming. Other activities and features that you can do is bird watch.
Which I don't really bird watch here. I didn't know it was a thing, to be honest.
A lot of people are into that. And then you got horseshoe pits, playground with like swings and other amenities that comes for the younger generation, kids and etc.
For us, I feel like we mostly do it, like come here to walk around the lake, because it's a good workout. Like, it's all, oh my eyeball, sorry guys. It's mostly gravel, I want to say. There's some dirt spots, but it's mostly gravel. And it's a leisurely walk, but there is a little bit of hills to have a little bit of a challenge, but not like kicking your butt kind of challenge. So I feel like it's a thing that, like, a walking trail that anybody and everybody can do, like kids can do, people can do. It's a pretty nice walk and a pretty good, nice, leisurely workout. We come here more for either walking around, or there's a bunch of picnic tables that will come and we'll just sit at the picnic table together and kind of enjoy the quietness and enjoy the water, or sometimes we go in those inlets and go swimming a little bit. And sometimes if we're feeling up to it randomly, we'll go fishing. But yeah, that's kind of just what we like to do around here, like when we come.
And then another thing that I would like to add is, so if you don't have a Discover Pass, which the Discover Passes are $35.
Here we're in Washington.
They're $35 here in Washington. You can get them at a lot of outdoor stores, or like Walmart. And then if you don't have a Discover Pass, it's what, $10? $10
a day.
$10 a day if you don't have the Discover Pass. So there's also a little bit more information on that, and it's approximately 7 miles away from a town called Enumclaw, which they also have the Highland Games going on this weekend. And it is managed by the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife.
And I think that's why possibly, I'm not sure, but I think that's why you have to have a Discover Pass, is because it's technically considered a state park, isn't it? And here in Washington State, you have to have a Discover Pass for any state park that you go to, which $35 seems like a lot, but it kind of pays for itself, because
if you come, 3 times?
Yeah.
10, 20, 30.
Ouch.
So if you come 3 times, it's pretty much
paid for itself.
But if you come 4 times, it's
yeah,
paid for itself plus some.
And for here, that's to park inside the parking lot. People park inside. There's an actual parking lot, And Pete, there's also street parking, which isn't, I wanted to say, isn't the greatest parking. But if you park on the street, it's free, and that's why some people do that, is parking on the street, because it doesn't cost anything. But if you ever come here, I would suggest doing the $10 a day or a Discover Pass, just because you don't have to run across a highway.
Or find somebody that you know
Yeah.
that lives in the area and that has a Discover Pass, or come with someone that has one, and that way it's no cost
To you. Yeah, but it's definitely worth it.
And it's also formerly known as a vacation resort that's known as Deep Lake, which we've mentioned in kind of where we're at. And it was owned by people with the last name Nolte, which is why it's called Nolte State Park. Because I believe that they named it after the family that owned the land, or
Owned it all.
that owned it all. So the area was donated to the state of Washington in the early 1970s.
That's a long time.
By one of the family members that owned it. And like we also went over the Discover Pass section of it, so we'll skip that part. And so what I said at the beginning of it being 111 acres, somehow it went from 111 to 117 acres of Washington State Park, located 6 miles from the town of Enumclaw, and we got another town called Cumberland, which is another 5 minutes or so up the road. And it is on the western edge of the Cascade Mountains. And it's probably, and there's another place called the Green River Gorge, which is probably 15-20 minutes,
Probably.
roughly.
So it's pretty close to a lot of things. It's pretty popular, especially this time of year right now, being summertime. It is a very popular place to go to fish. I was gonna say fish. Fishing is one thing that's really popular right now, but also swimming. A lot of people, especially with the heat that's coming up, it's going to be packed here probably.
Because it's supposed to be in a
90s?
Low to mid, maybe upper 90s.
Which for us Washingtonians, that's hot.
I'm
sweating.
So Deep Lake has a surface area of 39 acres. And the lake itself reaches depths of 76 feet, which is 23 meters, or if I'm saying that correctly.
I can't read upside down. But it also is, I don't know how true this is, but it's also known or told that nobody has been able to actually find the bottom of Deep Lake. Like I said, I don't know how true that is, but I heard, ever since I was a kid, I've heard that nobody has actually been able to find the bottom or see the bottom. I've heard that people have, I've heard that people have like tried to scuba dive down there and like try to see the bottom, and nobody's actually been successful at it. So, and there's a lot of logs and trees and debris there and rocks, and who knows what else.
Pro-
But yeah, so it's told that nobody actually knows or has seen the bottom of the lake.
And then we went.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, and then we pretty much went over a lot of the stuff that's on the last page. But if you bring your paddle boats, kayaks, paddle boards, or other means of boats, stuff like that, they do have a boat launch, but you have to carry your boats of any sort in to where the boat launch is actually at. But yeah, that's kind of a little bit of the history of the area that we're in.
So, I'm going to do something real quick. I'm going to get up off the butt. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to pan it around for you guys real quick as I'm trying to hold this. And I'll show you the area that we're in. This is only one of the mini picnic areas, or a few picnic areas. Across from us over... Oh, you don't hear me? Okay. Across from us over here is a picnic area that we usually go to. It has like 2 or 3 picnic tables, and then a little bit of access down to the water. I almost slipped and fell on my butt yesterday trying to do that. And then if I move it around for you guys, whoop, this is where we're at. So there's a good amount of trees. There is this big picnic area is what it's called, and you can have like birthday parties or, you know, barbecues or anything. And then over here, I don't know how well you guys can see it, you might not be able to. Back over here somewhere, there is a picnic table that's back into the trees. And then where we're sitting with Okie Dokie, being such a good girl. And then if we come around without me falling on my butt, right here, there's 2 more picnic tables. Each picnic table, or 3. Each picnic table and stuff usually has a little, what is that? Burner? Charcoal barbecue. That way, you can, you know, cook your own food if you want to. You have to get your own coals. And then what Goob was talking about, look at the big old trees in nature. There is horseshoes. So right here, there is one horseshoe and the other one down there. So if you guys have horseshoes and you guys are doing like a big picnic or a small picnic or anything, you can come and play horseshoes. And then I think that trail over right back here is a trail to one of the inlets. And then I'll see if Goob wants to show you down by the water real quick. So that way he can... You want to show him down by the water real fast?
I can do that. So, as she said, this is where we usually launch the boats. Sometimes, if not, we go over to the other shore, and then it goes back around this way, and then kind of back where she took you, and then it also, I'll turn it face me, so it's got some decent sized timber in here. Yeah. And then, like, we got, you know, here, and it has up a ways, and then I will pan you guys back around. But so there's definitely some good sticks of timber in here. Then we got this crazy mutt named Oakley, huh? Are you an Oakley Dokley?
That was a good picture of her, probably.
Yeah, it was a good video. So now that's kind of cleared out, I will get you guys a little bit better view. So here's me standing next to it. I don't know, I can't reach out that far. And then it goes up quite a ways. But I think that pretty much sums up our little tutorial of the area that we are in. Here, let me get this.
Yeah, so let us know, guys, what area you would like to see us next in. We have quite a bit around us. Comment down below and let us know what you'd like to see or what area you'd like to see us in. And we'll make it happen. Like I said, we have a lot of nature and areas